Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final episode of the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath critique. We're on the final chapter now, and we'll move on to some different MK-related commentaries. I do have an idea for tomorrow's episode, assuming I do it tomorrow, whenever I do my next commentary. Also, I'd like to add I made a playlist for my commentaries, in case that's of aid to anyone. So let's continue here, of course, for the last time. Links for my DeviantArt, my fanfiction.net, and CDR stuff in the description and my Discord. Check it all out, it's good stuff, thank you. And now, chapter 17, Checkmate. The final chapter. So we went through chapter 13, we went through chapter 14, 15, 16, we did all this. 16 was 53 minutes long and I went insane during it. So here we are. Chapter 17, Checkmate Shang Tsung. The final chapter, and the thing is, with chapter 16 and chapter 17, it's like the final battle stuff, so there's no real cut between the two. So when I was doing the yesterday's critique on chapter 16, I kind of went into chapter 17 a bit, so we'll backtrack a bit. So chapter 17 starts before Liu Kang's legs are broken. It starts with the heroes, the trio of Tsung, Fujin, and Nightwolf, along with Raiden, and the two Jaxes and Jackie. Jackie's in her wrong outfit. He's in the one without her body armor. Which in the main story she kept switching from that, but that doesn't happen here. She's just in the wrong one, which is weird. This is the last time we see Jackie and past Jax. They go away for no reason after this. So basically, Fuji puts the crown on for a bit to blast open the door to Kronika's keep. They fight the demons. Liu Kang does a fucking superhero landing, which he should have broke his legs from that anyway. Since when was Liu Kang immune to fall damage? What the fuck? That makes no sense. That's when Raiden get confronted, but Shao Kahn breaks his legs and affects the present Liu Kang, obviously. Even though they're in different bodies, because the reference in different bodies, but whatever, I guess. Of course, that's illogical, and I don't know why the fusion wouldn't work. I mentioned this in the last episode, because I thought this was still Shao Kahn's chapter, but no, it randomly moves to Shang Tsung's. That this doesn't make sense, because Liu Kang lost his soul, and the fusion still worked. His soul was taken, and he still lived. I don't that made no sense in itself, but clearly, I'd rather have my soul than, in the MK sense, than, have working legs. So I'm assuming the fusion would have, from what we know, that would have just immediately fixed him. But, whatever. So yeah, that prevents into a Liu Kang, Fire God Liu Kang crap from happening, which is good, because terrible character, and we get to see him a bit later on, and he reveals his bullshit plan. But anyway, yeah, so this fight happens. Shao Kahn and Sinao show up. Kogan's dead. That's nice, I guess. And they join the fight. And while this happens, Present Jax stays with Fujin, because Fujin was hurt from putting the crown on. He needed to recover for a bit, so Jax was just making sure he's okay, which that's nice of him. And this is the last we see of him though, because and Shang Tsung, he shapeshifts into Raiden, and he's with the crown, with the most evil smile on his face. Fujin hesitates. He can recognize it's Tsung, but because Fire God Liu Kang told him to, he gives him the crown, and that's when he puts it on, and he turns into young Shang Tsung. His clothes completely change into this Kronika helper attire, which it's still ridiculous that this was Shang Tsung's creation when it's obviously Kronika's design aesthetics. Also, it was on his own island, so he could like put this on from like MK9. I don't know why he held off on it. It's so weird. It makes no sense. He might be even more logical than the Sindel retcon. I mean, neither make a sliver of sense. So I guess they're both equal in that regard. Also, I'm guessing this episode will be longer than her chapter, her and Shao Kahn's chapter. It's like the second worst chapter. Okay, it just continues on from the bullshit we saw in the last one. This one goes by pretty quick. So Shang Tsung, they fight. Fujin, like, Rain does like his fly forward thing, but Fujin like uses it so like he like helps blast him upwards. That's cool. But Tsung just beats him up. Like he sends like a flaming skull into him. Raiden falls back into Fujin, who falls back into Present Jax, and that's it for Present Jax. That's him done for this time. He just written out from being knocked over by Fujin. That's it. That's literally it. And then Nightwolf returns. And this is the first fight this chapter. It is Nightwolf versus Shang Tsung. None of us have some good dialogue, but they both do before their fight. A nice bit of interaction. Because Shang Tsung says, "How does it feel knowing that you'll be the last Nightwolf and whatnot?" And like Nightwolf replies like he may die, but the mantle will live on because of the Great Spirit, which is no. That's nice. I think that's like. I think that lore wasn't properly clarified until now in the main story, so I'm glad we got that. That's fucking sad though, because it's like Nightwolf knows he's not getting out of this alive. Nightwolf is the best hero in this game, probably, in my opinion. He has like actual like traits. He's the most likable hero. He does the most heroic actions. Really nice. I do like him in this game. I'll admit. I'll give them that much. The grey cloud stuff is dumb now. Besides that, good Nightwolf. And also his new backstory. It doesn't like fuck everything up. It's just doesn't make sense. Really. I don't like the Kano connection. It doesn't add anything. Also, how old is Kano? How old is Nightwolf? Like, lots of questions from that. That's not even mentioned in this story. It's like not relevant. The only relevant thing is the Great Spirit lore, and that is good lore. So I can't really complain. So yeah, Nightwolf dies. Tsung takes his soul. Then Fujin and Raiden, they team up to fight Tsung. Also, yes, Tsung has, because he made the crown, yes, it's his creation. So Shang Tsung can create something that has him, that makes him stronger than Kronika, stronger than a Titan. That makes no fucking sense. That is terrible writing. And that is just sucking off Shang Tsung way too much. There is no way he should be able to do that. That is completely illogical. He should not have that sort of power. Him being an inventor wasn't even like a fucking thing until this game. Like, it's just out of nowhere. Very contrived. Very dumb. It's just an excuse to make an overpowered villain. Again, this is just the edgy version of the third act of the main story, which sucks. I don't know how you made the main story worse. I don't know how you fucked that up. Never around, but good job, guys. Well done. So yeah, Fujin and Raiden team up. They die. Their souls are taken. Well, okay, it's so fucking weird. So by now, like, Shao Kahn and Sindar, their groups have reunited. So they're both stood behind Shang Tsung. Like Shang Tsung is leading them, and he's giving them orders. That is so fucking stupid. Shao Kahn should not be taking orders from Shang Tsung. Maybe it's Sindar, since Sindar is just girl Shao Kahn. She's the Empress. They should not be doing that. They should not be taking orders from Tsung. Like that. It's the other way around, and it just makes Shao Kahn look like makes them both look like massive idiots. Especially when he's got the crown on now. Like, he's obviously gonna betray you guys. Like, Shao, like, you were threatening to kill him, like, not too long ago. So Like his MK9, you know, like he's fucking after the tournament he wants to kill him. Yeah, Tsung's obviously not gonna fucking like you guys. He's not gonna give you guys what you want. So yeah, I don't know why they let this happen. Dumb plan. Yeah. So afterwards, so what happens is so he takes a life balls from the sword. He says like, let them live or whatever. It doesn't make sense. I can't properly describe it. If you've seen the scene, you know, like, it's really unclear what the fuck he's done with them, because Tsung mentions that they can harvest their power for eternity. What does that mean? Anyway, doesn't matter. They're taken away. This is the last we see of Raiden and Fujin, and these guys they go into the inside the hourglass stage, like the big room where the hourglass is housed. So they're no longer in the keep. And this is where they fight the Revenants. The Revenants die, obviously. And I can't say much there. Tsung is like a neck snap. Kung Lao, I guess that's a Deadly Lights reference, kind of. Shit job if so, but whatever, man. So yeah. Right, yes. So then the three of them, Sundar, Shao Kahn, and Shang Tsung, I don't know where the soldiers went. Did they just say, "Oh, stay outside"? Like there weren't any demons still. They seem to be all dealt with. Then they're not protecting the inside of the hourglass. That much is clear. It's just the Revenants who are useless. Again, Kronika and her forces, which are just Revenants and some like demons who are treated as generic monsters. They're the only fucking threats. So, there's also Setron who was already transferred her power into Kronika. So she's dead now. That didn't even happen in this chapter. That happened earlier, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. So before they fight Kronika, what happened is Shang Tsung betrays Sindel and Shao Kahn. No fucking way. And then it's another handicap match with Shang Tsung versus Sindel and Shao Kahn. Obviously, kills them, takes their souls, obviously. What a surprise. No way. No fucking way. Wow, what a shocker. Wow. Considering Ed Boon wanted fucking shock value, like he turned on better story ideas, just a shock value. Like, it's really predictable. This is really predictable. It fucking sucks. Like, the trapper system alone makes everything predictable, because you know, like, the outcome and shit. And go on 5 fights. Well, usually 4 or 5 in this case. So yeah, predictable. And they're dead. After this stupid plan. You know, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi's betrayal worked. I said I'd make a video about them, and how you can make a ship, you can ship them, they'd be a better power couple of Shao Kahn and Sindel. I'm not joking when I say that. That won't be tomorrow's video. I was considering it. But I have a very good idea for tomorrow's video, if I can get it out tomorrow. I did 2 hours of research for it, so it's a fucking good one. I promise that much. I've talked about it on my Discord already, you know. Check out my Discord, obviously. If you're not an asshole, I'll fucking ban you. But yeah, so this has been much quicker than last chapter, because there's not much to say other than Shang Tsung fucking kills everyone. Like, the absurd writing's already been dealt with. There's nothing left besides to have more deaths, which sucks. I can't really add much more than say, this is just lame. So Kronika and Shang Tsung fight. Shang Tsung beats Kronika. No fucking way. Oh my god. Shang Tsung offers for a chance to surrender. Surely, he says surely a service is better than death. Good line. Again, Shang Tsung's fun. It has his actual personality. He's just fucking around. I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with literally everything else about him. I'm not cool with. But yeah, so he's stronger than a Titan. He's very strong. So he defeats Kronika. The hourglass is now his. But no, wait! Fire God Liu Kang makes a portal, you know? A portal, you know, you can use them to, like, get the crown in the first place and just make another portal to the hourglass. You know, not back to the hourglass. You know, that would be much easier than this contrived plan of his. It's very convoluted, it makes no sense. So what Liu Kang's done is he's let all his friends, his loved ones, his fucking girlfriend, die. Just to basically prank Shang Tsung, because this doesn't... Shang Tsung getting the crown doesn't help him. You know, Shang Tsung now rivals his power. Like, he just made a threat that could potentially defeat him. I know, like, he might have looked through the... like, apparently he looks through the hourglass, and that's how he knows he'll win. I believe the fact you can select Shang Tsung to win. Obviously, Shang Tsung's ending isn't the canonical ending. There's two endings here. I'll critique both of them, because they both suck. But, as long as you got the canonical one, but the fact you can do it suggests that, like, it's very much a possibility that Shang Tsung could have beat him. Like, they're equal powers. So yeah, I don't know what his plan achieved. Again, I've mentioned this before. I've mentioned his plan before because I can't not mention it. I think I mentioned it first episode. If I got Liu Kang fucking sucks. I got an entire rant of it on my T-Not. Brusque poet, fucking moron. He's an asshole. He harasses like, tons of people. It's fucking well documented. I've got like a video of it. I think it's unlisted. I might fucking repost it on this channel. Which is proof, but yeah. If you saw that guy, I would suggest you don't, because he just attacks creators for no reason. But in any case, yeah. His plan is stupid. Brush Poet's an idiot. I said anything about his plan really, and it just, in total, like all the critique as a whole, I don't think it had anything of that. It's fucking atrocious. Terrible. Makes him look like a massive idiot. Makes him look like a sadistic asshole. And he says, "Oh, I'll be back in the UR." Which, if you defend this as, "Oh, he'll bring him back in the UR," that is like if you had the power to reverse time, and you murdered like your fucking family, all your friends, just for the fun of it. Just like to see what would happen, and then be like, "Oh, I'll just rewind time now." Like, no, you're fucking insane if you did that. But yeah, whatever. People try and defend it. Like, you can't defend it. You can't. Any defense to this, it's just wrong. Like, you can have your takes and whatnot, but this is an objectively flawed and illogical plan. It doesn't make any sense. It completely villainizes Liu Kang. Even Shang Tsung points out, he's like, "Oh, that's fucking delicious." He says that's deliciously cold-blooded, apparently, according to my script here. that sure is an interesting line. I mean, he's right. Anyway, yeah, they like have a standoff. You get to select who to pick to get whichever ending you want. If I got Liu Kang's ending, I should canon one. Okay. I should clarify. I don't think either ending matters, right? In a sense that they won't follow up on any of this. If they do, they're like MK rarely follows up on that stuff. At least not to like the place, and like MK11 didn't. Remember, like, what it said with Dark Raider being, like, the big bad? Yeah, that was thrown out the window real quick. So, you know, I don't trust the endings. I don't know what's going to happen in MK12. Obviously, it's got to be a reboot of sorts. Purely because MK11's backed them into a corner where they have to. I don't know why they need to do a reboot. I don't know what that achieved, but maybe I'll just do what MK9 did. MK1, 2, 3 again. You know? It feels like that's an interesting thing to do. They probably want to play it safe and do that. I doubt we'll see a great coming out story, because that means they won't get to use the MK1 heroes. And And the rest love a nostalgia act, so they won't do that. And that, or they use it, but they skip to MK1 and maybe have like a prequel comic like we did with MKX. I doubt that. That's just a random suggestion. That's the only capacity I could see the Great Kung Lao storyline happening. Or it's like a flashback chapter or whatever, and then you get a Great Kung Lao's playable, like a pre-order bonus or something. I don't know. There are a lot of ways to go, but I don't see an entire game about Great Kung Lao's tournament being a thing. Just because you can't have the existing Earthrealm characters. You'd have to bring back Zero and Taja to fucking do that. Zero for MK12 confirmed. Like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening, guys. I'm tired of those series. Also, if they do choose to follow this up, like, which they rarely do anyway, then they're fucking idiots. Because Fire God Liu Kang doesn't make sense, and any threats that emerge now, it'll make no sense. It'll make literally no sense because, you know, he has control of the hourglass. He can just erase motherfuckers, to our knowledge. So, just do a hard reboot. That's the only way MK12 can possibly be good from a writing standpoint. That's the only way you can, like, is just start from scratch, because you can't follow up with MK11 well. You could have followed up with MKX well. CDR's fanfic is fucking proof of that, you know. But after MK11, no, you gotta do a hard reboot. And by hard reboot, I mean completely ignoring the previous continuity. Well, in the sense that, like, it's like not relevant to this story. Obviously, you should be like doing a retake, should be faithful to old lore and whatnot. But like in terms of like actual connection, it shouldn't be there. MK9 shouldn't have been that either. The whole like he must win stuff didn't do it. Didn't add anything. But I digress. So the endings, as I mentioned, I don't know the endings. Fire God Liu Kang is one where he kills Shang Tsung. No more times to be twisted by evil. Even though the cutscene after implies the Great Kung Lao needs to be trained for a tournament. Tournaments which, you know, Shang Tsung hosts. Well, he's the champion. He by that point in time, he's the champion. The Great Kung Lao defeats him. And Shang Tsung trains Goro. And Goro defeats... that's how the story goes. So, yeah, unless they heavily change that in the next game, then, yeah, this idea won't make sense. Liu Kang was just like a massive hypocrite still. So not good. Also, he takes a shot at, like, some of Kung Lao being an ass or whatnot, which, yeah, Kung Lao in MK11 is. That shouldn't be his character, though. Modern Kung Lao. Such a fucking dreadful character. And the Great Kung Lao doesn't interest me. If you care that much about the Great Kung Lao stuff, MK Conquest, the TV show, you can pretty much find all of it on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. You can find all the defenders around on it. Not good shows, really. They're interesting to see what fucking weird shit happens in them, but they're not actually of good quality. MK12 storytelling won't be of good quality, I promise that much. And then the other ending is Shang Tsung kills Liu Kang. He is just the ruler of everything. He's a massive giant for some reason, like, interesting fetish Shang. Raiden and Fujin are serving him for some reason. Like, he does random shit, and then, like, it, like, hints to, like, Chaos Realm and Order Realm having, like, they need to be conquered. Like, they're not going to do a Sato and fucking Chaos Realm storyline. So that's down, not canon. That ending's whatever. Like, random bullshit villain ending. It's fine. It's inoffensive. It just exists. I got nothing more to say about that. I got nothing more to say about Aftermath, as a matter of fact. Like, that's it. Roll credits. See you in 4 years for fucking MK12. Terrible. Terrible story. Worst MK story in a game, at least. The modern movies might be fucking pushing their competition, battlegrounds, especially competition. I think Chapter 16, Chapter 17 are, like, on their own, are, like, the fucking, the worst MK has ever been. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts. Obviously, check out the other chapter videos if you want to know my thoughts on the other ones. Chapter 50 was the only one I had, like, something positive to say, really. And yeah, so that's it. That's the end. thank you for watching this whole critique. I very much appreciate it. You keeping for every, because that's like hours in total. Like the last episode was hours or so. This one I think was short. Like, I can't see the time, but this one was much shorter because not much to say. Yes, but I'm glad this is over. I enjoyed trying this out, and I think this has gone well. And I'm going to try out different like topics for commentary. Tomorrow, hopefully, a new video. If not Thursday, maybe Friday.